Hello, everybody. Going to. I was gonna say I'm gonna do this kind of quick. We'll see how it goes. My daughter is across the street at a birthday party, and this is kind of like a one-shot thing, I guess. I am doing this with without a voiceover. You can hear me through my recording device. I'm not doing any stamps, only because what I would like to use, there are some butterflies and things like that, and like this, the Build a Gumball machine, that doesn't have any stamps. So I don't want to put them on here and then the next week have to color over them and then get all the bumps and lumps and stuff. So hopefully I can get this all figured out kind of quickly. I had music on my goodness. I had music playing in my headphones and that's not gonna work. So I was watching one of Kate Kavanaugh's videos, and it is called the Fall Writing Semester. And I will hopefully remember to link it down below. Okay. Very quick left-handed murder writing. Anyway, so it's kind of similar, and it's also kind of me gearing up the month before the last quarter of the year so that I can make next year less of a pain in the ass on the things that I can control. I have to really be careful how I word that. So I was going to use, oh come on, I don't need all of the things. I was going to use these, and then I realized that I'm just gonna use my Tombos instead, cause so I don't want to have to find the certain colors, realize I'm gonna run out of colors. This is something that will I guess engage this a little bit more, and then hopefully that way you guys can see what I'm doing, I guess, rather than just me doing a before the pen and that's it, and never seeing after the pen, because I can tell you, I don't do after the pens. They just, like, nothing, there's, nothing gets done after you guys see this on Monday. And of course, I am filming this right now on Monday. We had a lot of things happen this weekend, so that's why this whole week. So that's why the cards were running late. The third one didn't get done, and the Plan With Me, which is this, won't come out until Tuesday. Yeah. So, and I'm thinking, because I'm looking at the planners that got released for this year, I am gonna wind up probably getting just one simple like this, and then doing doing my own art or something for this, because what's coming out is ridiculous and doesn't suit what I want at all. There is a Nightmare Before Christmas one. I'm thinking about it, but I really do like this cover. I like the cover. And of course I'm going to change these. These are like oil slick discs, and I like them. So I'm not going to be taking this off of here today. I don't see a reason to. My eyeball is extra itchy. Wow. So anyway, I was thinking about it, and I, like Kate, made classes for myself. So it's basically, you know, the kids are going back to school. My daughter just got into 5th grade, which is the last year of elementary school. So I have a lot of things that I want to do now that I am a stay-at-home mom at the moment, while I'm working on studying for, it's the last half of the billing and coding stuff. Yeah. So we just kind of decided that it's easier for me to do that. So obviously what it looks like on here will not be the same as what it looks like in here, because this, I'm going to flip to something that you guys can't. So this is hourly, which is great because then I can break down things that I know will happen by the hour. So the days that my daughter goes to school are highlighted down and things like that. Things that I know will happen go in there. Yeah. So, today is Monday. That's a whole bunch of stuff happened today. Instead of what I wanted to do, which was cool anyway. It's a holiday, right? And the kids aren't in school anyway. So, the idea is that I have language arts, which is, Preptober, NaNoWriMo, which is National Novel Writing Month, which is in November. And then December, I will either keep going on with that or I won't. Either way, language arts is basically anything to do with the stories that I have in my head. I would like to get them out. Now the problem, especially recently, that I knew was going to happen because it's just the way of the world right now. There are people that are getting quite popular in the indie author realm that are having their stories stolen. There is nothing to back it up, so usually on Amazon, they want a letter from the publisher saying, hey, you published this, right? Well, if you're an indie author, you are the publisher. There is no contract. You wrote it. You published it. And that's a problem. So a lot of people are afraid of sending things like ARCs out, which is advanced reader copies, so that you have, like, people that have already read it and given you stars on Goodreads or Fable. I can't remember any of the rating things. They rate people on YouTube on Book Talk, and I guess Book Talk is TikTok for books, but you know, it travels over to Instagram. Oh my god. I'm almost 40, leave me alone. Anyway, all of the social media stuff mooshes together. Home ec. Because that, yeah. I didn't have home ec in any of my classes, in any of my schools. My mom did, I think. Go look it up on YouTube. It's basically, as a woman, you're the homemaker. Here's how to make the home not burn down, kind of thing. So it's like, it's everything home. It's groceries, cooking, cleaning, it's bills, it's everything. Anything to do within here. Gym, because the last, let's see, I switched over from one job to the other in March, and I haven't moved. That was a very stationary, non-brain in thinking. There's not a whole lot to where I was working the last few months. And it shows, and I hate it. So, walking, fitness boxing 2, Ring Fit Adventure, I have my Switch, I have all the stuff I need, I just have to do it. That will probably start tomorrow, but it's any sort of activity. I have a step counter on my watch that has certain steps that I want to get done. Now, either I do, like, a overall weekly steps that I want to do, and then it just needs to get done throughout the week, or a good, better, best. I don't know. Creative arts. That is cards. That is playing with me's. That is a couple of other things on something else that I wanted to do on a different channel to build that up. So yeah, it's being creative with my hands, as opposed to computer design, which is being creative on the computer. So that is also editing all of the stuff that I do with my fingies. That sounds bad. But editing all the stuff that I do, whether it be cards, whether it be live streams, because I would like to bring that back. It also feels like my phone is tilting. Hold on a second. No, it's where it's supposed to be. It's just my brain. It's fine. And then study hall, which is for studying. So making sure that my resume is up to date for basically all of the medical billing and coding stuff. Or anything extra that I have to do that doesn't involve school. So I watched, I'm gonna switch back over here. If I can spell her name right. So I watched, it's not underneath that one. Goodness gracious. So I watched Sarah Cannon, who came up with something yesterday that was basically 5 tips to create a better day, and she talked about how the amount of energy that you have to give during the day could, like, if you make a whole week's worth of plans and then all of a sudden you wake up and you have a sore throat, or your child has a sore throat. It's basically planning from a mom perspective instead of people who have all of their crap together and maybe have a nanny or don't have kids, or just their sole purpose is to do the thing. Yeah. Also, okay, that I'm gonna link down below too. Hopefully. So I've also assigned these colors, which I'm going to put on here. So whenever I had started with this, I had a Erin Condren that was of similar layout, and it was morning, afternoon, and night. Whenever I do this, it's not going to be that way, because obviously if I were to break this down time-wise, morning and sometimes in the afternoon, because my daughter goes to YMCA to see her friends that she can't see while she's in her classes, because classes are for learning, or whatever they teach. That's a whole different topic. So she goes, and sometimes it takes up just this space whenever she gets home, and sometimes it takes up half of this space when she gets home. So, what I would like to do, it all depends on the time that I have alone. So, obviously I would like to start prepping for NaNoWriMo, mouth, please. I would like to do language arts before Preptober hits, before next month. So what I want to do for this, I'm going to have to take these out anyway because my left-handedness is going to be a pain. So Monday is a bust. And really, so Tuesday morning, I'm going to put study hall just because I have things that don't go in here. I guess that it could be home ec. I don't like that. That's a horrible idea. So I get Ember up, and then that, and I think that is something at 7:40. And I don't know how long that's going to take. So 7, so we'll say 8, 9, 10, maybe. I don't know. I don't need to go get groceries or anything. Usually the cooking is for down here. So really, what I could do, and you can see, like, this is the first week of me actually planning it. So for this, watch me draw really wonky rectangles. So this is basically me, meal planning. So at least then it's there. We already ate tonight, so it's one of the things where I don't know what we're going to eat until probably that morning. So then I will do Wednesday. I will be walking Ember to the bus stop. It's not that far, therefore it doesn't really count as a workout. Uh, it is literally this way and that way for like not even 1,000 steps. So the idea, and I'm going to start slow with the whole working out thing because I haven't in a while. So I would like to die a little bit that day. So we'll say 7. So I'm just gonna put 7 to 9, and that is mostly because I don't want it to be 2 hours, but I want to make sure that I have enough time to get back to it. If it doesn't last till 9, fantastic. I know that whenever I was really into it, I would literally do cardio for 2 hours, and it was light cardio. So with fitness boxing is obviously boxing. Ring Fit Adventure is mostly squats. God, I hate squats. Me and my knees and my butt hate squats. And walking is just walking. So if I were to walk around here, if I go to the park, that could take 2 hours. I also would like to do this on Friday. Okay. So I have most of the cooking and everything like that. So creative arts. This one will go out tomorrow. So which is normally not. I'm just moving shit. Card 1, card 2, card 3. Ta-da! Again, I'm left-handed and I write like a serial killer. Deal with it. So those are things that I would like to get done. So then with this, I will either be doing the actual cards and everything later tonight. So what I'd like to do is block out both of these. And I realize that those two colors are really close, but I can see that there's a difference. So what I'm gonna do though is write in a different color. That red works. I love these. These are, it's PN and it's micron. They're really good. After a while they do get blunt tips, but it's alright. So cards. So the books thing won't get done until the beginning of the year. What I'm doing is just getting it all stacked up, and then I'll tell you more about it. I think I did in the last one, but that's okay. I will get those done. I will get that started. So maybe do that. What time is it? Okay. And study hall. I've got one there, but that's not for actual studying. So then Thursday. That. And coding. So then I have all of that figured out. This one is computer design, so it isn't, I won't be doing live streams, but basically just the fact that I am going to be editing this stuff. Okay. So I have everything up on there. I kind of don't want to do stuff Saturday and Sunday. Um, so whenever I do this, I still want to, this is like the first ever that I've done this. So this, the meal planning will get moved up to here. And then I will still have my 2 rows of doing stuff with stamps and everything. Which sounds good to me, in theory. Oh. So for language arts, right now, at the moment, I'm just doing an outline because there's a story that I have in my head that I usually will keep stories in there, and they'll either grow fungus and deteriorate, or they'll mutate into something else and won't leave. At the moment, it's not leaving. Like, I have had space where I've just sat and tried to figure out, my knuckles keep popping, it's been a day. But it's one of the things where I've had it in my head for so long that it won't go away. So I'm sure that I will also I won't outline while I'm here, but I will be thinking about all of that while I'm doing this, because it's literally a sit there and stay there kind of thing. So workout's gonna go right into this. And if I have extra time, I don't think I'll have any extra time that day. So it might be Thursday and Friday that I do this. So I don't have a name for it, and the name that I do have is quite dorky, so I will just say outline project. And then I become one of those extra secretive people that do the thing, and it's really bad because it's one of the things where those of us that do write, we want to tell you. We want to tell you the whole story and how things are going and exactly what's going on at the moment we're writing it, but we can't. Ask any indie author. They will literally tell you they can't. Now, other people that are actually published that you see in Barnes & Noble and things like that, can't tell you because they're under contract. I'm putting myself in that group of, while I am not published, I do write, but the reason why we don't tell you what we're writing is because there could be that one person that'll steal it. And, so no. But yeah, this is the idea that I'm going for. And this is a really light idea of what I have. So it will look like this from now on. Now, I think that instead of blocking it out, I will probably just use these pens and just kind of write what I'm doing, I guess. Or I will find a way to do boxes. So that was the other thing, was that I have this, and come here, you, and I have sticker paper. Oh, and you're not gonna get in there, are you? Get in the thing. Okay, cool. So sticker paper. And yep, cool. We're just gonna set this down here. So this kind of, yeah, it fits in there with a little bit of wiggle room. And I thought about actually making stuff like this and writing on it and cutting it or doing something like that. I'm not sure yet. That's the thing, is that I don't know. I have a whole week to figure it out. I technically have a whole month to really figure out what I want to do with stuff. And then a whole week, or wow, I have a whole month, and then I have a whole 3 months to really implement it. Now, obviously, classes aren't like this, and class schedules are very Monday, Wednesday, Friday for 3 months, or If you're in high school or something like that, it's Monday through Friday for, however long that you have those classes. It's not all over the place. So that's why I take this month to kind of get into the groove of things. My daughter has obviously today off and then one more day off because of professional learning, student holiday, whatever, at the end of the month. And then after that, it's she's got a couple days off in October. November obviously has Thanksgiving. December has 3 weeks for Christmas. God, where was that whenever I was a child? We had maybe a week. So I remember we were in Florida and had to come back on the 2nd. So that was a mess. Anyway, this is the idea that I have. This took some doing. And this whole month is just me trying to figure it out. Hopefully, next week I should have the new... Goodness gracious, now I have hiccups. Anyway, I should have the new fall and winter stamps. They haven't sent yet, but I also got them. I also paid for them on Thursday. So I don't expect them to be like shipped and everything. So on the 29th, and then this is a holiday weekend. So hopefully by next week I should get them. I don't know yet. Either way, I will think of something if they're not here. But yeah, this is the idea. That way I have at least, I'm not gamifying it. I just want to know that there are solid times whenever I can do things. I need a schedule. And I don't know any other way to do it than here. And of course, it's more interesting for you guys, so you're not just like, oh, cool, it's stamps and coloring and lightly filling it out and ta-da. So it's more than that. Because I did feel like I don't fill any of these out. And I'm good with it. I don't care. I'm still using the planner. But I've also seen other Plan With Me's where people fill out their whole lives, which is ridiculous, and I'm not doing that. My whole life gets filled out in that passion planner, and you guys don't need to see it. So, anyway, I'm sorry if I talked fast. That's just the way that I talk whenever I'm excited about something and I need to get it out of my head. I don't do scripting. I don't do anything like that. It was basically word vomit. So I hope that you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or anything like that about how I came up with these classes, then feel free to comment down below. Also, if you like trudging through the mud with me, please feel free to subscribe and leave a thumbs up, leave a thumbs down. I don't care. Thanks for riding along with me. I hope that you had your seatbelt buckled up. And I will see you again later.